Canning bacon, we are canning bacon. You take some bacon and you put it in the canner. Canning bacon, we are canning bacon. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Mama Baird, and today it's all about the bacon. I want to talk to you about buying in bulk to save yourselves some money. I have here a 30-pound case of bacon, and I'm sure you're wondering, oh my gosh, 30 pounds of bacon at one time. Mama Baird, what do I do with all that? Well, I'm going to show you some ways that you can store that, preserve it, and utilize that and have some savings. I did some numbers, don't mind my handy dandy notepad here. So if you buy this at bulk at like a chef's store, we have a chef's store, which is a restaurant supply store here in Montana, and for 15 pounds it's $50.19, which equals to be $3.33 a pound. At Walmart, if you buy a pound of great value bacon, just at cost, it's $4.29. So that's already saving you money by buying in bulk, and then you can preserve it from there. So, how do I do that though? I am going to show you a couple ways, and we're going to start off by cooking some of this bacon. I'm going to cook it all in the oven, because that way it cooks at one even temperature. I don't have to worry about sitting here flipping bacon, getting splattered. So it's all going in the oven. Whenever you cook bacon in the oven, you do not want to use a pan that has a flat edge like this and does not have a lip like this one to catch the bacon grease. So you not want to use a flat pan because the grease will slide right off when you pull it off. You know, not that I've done that before. So I have this one. I have a Pampered Chef stoneware that I literally just cracked this morning, banging it on my sink. Dang it, Mama Baird. So I'm just gonna plop them down on the pan. Save this paper. Now these, you can keep them whole. I'm actually gonna cut some in half as well. These fit pretty perfectly here, just spaced out. All right, so we got two pans ready to go. I have my oven at 350. Stick them in there. And then I got a full sheet pan that fits my whole oven. I only have one of these though. I need to get another one. It's really nice, because then you can have two full sheet pans all even on one rack. All right, everybody, so I just got these out. They've been sitting here for a minute. I had to stop so my mother-in-law could brew herself some coffee. But we're just gonna par cook these, which means partially cook. We're not gonna cook all the way because we are going to be canning these. I got some old coffee filters here that I no longer use because now I have an espresso machine. And then we're gonna save this grease. Just gonna use an old jelly jar here. So I got one layer of bacon down. Now I'm just gonna put some more of the coffee filters that I wanna use up. And then more bacon down. Add more of our bacon grease to that. You really wanna make sure you try and empty it per round, or else you'll get too much grease and it can get overwhelming. Okay, for this next round, I took one sheet and just made a whole stack, and I'm gonna cut it in half. And then we're gonna put half pieces on here. Another way I'm going to preserve this bulk bacon I have is to vacuum seal some of it raw in portions, so I have that for my freezer. I'm gonna take one of these full sheets that I got here of the raw bacon, and I'm going to roll it. Now, I thought that one of these would be enough for my family for breakfast, but they have proven me wrong. So I'm actually gonna do 2 of them in one bag for one portion, so I can do 2 at a time. Oh, let's see if it fits. Oh, here we go, I'm gonna do this. Good thing about the freezer bag, you can shove it in there. I might make a little bigger bag for next time. I don't know if this is gonna fit. Let's see. Okay. And then back in. Nice good seal. And now that's labeled and ready for the freezer. All right, so I'm also gonna dice some of this bacon, so I'm just gonna make a stack. Cut it into strips, turn it. With something stringy and fatty like bacon, whenever you push down, you wanna make sure you're really keep cutting even though you think you've gone through it all. That way you know that it's not going to attach and be one giant piece. Cut it down the front, or cut it down the middle, and then just keep dicing to whatever thickness you usually use in your cooking. All right, now that we got that all prepped and we have all of that bacon cooked that we needed to, we are now going to work on getting it canned. So I par cooked it about 90%. And then now I'm going to roll it up, and I'm going to add maple syrup to some and some cowboy candy brine to the others, and we'll see how they turn out. All right, so I just have the same parchment paper that came with the bacon when it was raw. I figured since I'm going to be canning this, I'm just going to reuse this parchment paper. Otherwise, you would use just parchment paper. You're going to make it into a rectangle and then layer your bacon on there. But you don't want to stack them, you want to make sure you have plenty of airflow. So about like that, looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna turn this and start rolling. Not rolling too terribly tight. And I have one with one already in there, so I'm gonna do, oh, she's unrolling. Back and then I'm gonna shove this one in there too. So now I have 2. This one is a little taller, but that's okay. You can push it down because then you're just gonna put the lid on there. Okay, so we got our bacon in there. Now I'm going to use a brand new lid. Because we are pressure canning these, we don't need to warm our lids up or anything. We are going to be pressure canning these for the full meat time, which is 75 minutes for pints. Take our towel, wipe with vinegar. Make sure that's nice and clean, especially since we're working with grease. Put your new lid on there and your ring, fingertip tight. And then this is going in the canner just like that. Hi guys, so we got all of our cooked bacon rolled in our parchment paper and stuffed in our pint jars with a clean lid and a ring. Now we're gonna put this in a pressure canner. You have to pressure can meats. So I have this water just simmering. I'm gonna load these up. So I was able to get 2 of the spicy candied jalapeno brine bacon, 2 maple, and 2 regulars. Since there was no liquid in these, they started bobbing when I put them in the water because I didn't have enough pints to fill up the whole canner. So I just put some hot water in pints like these, no lid or anything, and put them in there so they would even out. I'll show you. Okay, so you can see the 2 that are just plain to make sure that they don't rattle around, and then there's all of our bacon. We are going to put our top back on. And then as soon as some air starts coming out here to vent, we'll let this vent for 10 minutes. I'll bring you back when we get to that point. So at this point, we are going to set our timer for 10 minutes and let this vent and get all that air out. All right, there's our timer. It's been venting for 10 minutes. So now you're going to add your weight. I'm doing 15 pounds of pressure due to my elevation. And then we're going to let that build up. And as soon as it starts rocking, we're going to set our timer for 75 minutes. All right, when the gauges are rocking, go start your clocking. All right, just set your timer. All right, so we're going to do this for 75 minutes. That's an hour and 15 minutes for those of you who can't math. Okay. Our timer is going off, so we're going to turn off the stove, and that is all we're going to do at this point. And then once you know all the pressure is released, your gauge will say 0 and this pin will be completely down. So I'll bring you back when we're to that time. So here we have the maple. This is the spicy cowboy candy. And then the regular. Alright guys, so it's the next day, and what we have is our 6 pints of bacon. The S for the spicy one. This is with the candied jalapeno. I don't know, that looks pretty crispy to me. What do you think? So you're gonna take the ring off, we're gonna clean this, and then we're gonna put this on our shelf. And then the rest of the bacon, this is the next day. I spent all day prepping bacon. So what we have then, we have a giant bag of cooked bacon that we are going to put in the freezer. So anytime I need some bacon for a recipe and I don't want to sit there and cook it up real quick, then I will go out of my freezer and grab some of this. So I have 1 package of diced bacon. So I already have it diced, ready to go. This is a 1 cup portion. And then I did some 2 cup portions for any time I want to bulk cook. I will have that ready to go. So I got several bags of those. And then I bagged up the raw bacon just in its sheets. I just rolled it up and put them in there. So here's 4 sheets. I have several 4 sheets. And then I have some 2-sheeters. So that way if I need bacon, I have it ready to go. And all this is prepped and ready for my freezer. So out of these 30 pounds of bacon, I got several containers of raw bacon, got a giant one of cooked bacon, and got 6 cans of canned bacon. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna open this up and try it because I'm sure you are just as curious as I am. So let's get this opened up. All right, we're gonna open this up. This is the one with the cowboy candy brine. Remember, you wanna get right under this lip, and then you just kind of twist. Like hard to do it from that side right here. Under this lip, twist. Do you hear that? That was a good seal. So I par-cooked this bacon. It does look a little crispy after just opening this. Let's give it a try. Tastes good. I don't really taste much of the brine. I tried not to put too much in there because I didn't want it to all pool to the bottom. So I can't really taste that spiciness too much, which is a shame. I was looking forward to that. It's still kind of loose. It's not like super crispy. It's like pre-cooked bacon if you buy the pre-cooked bacon. But I bet if we fry this up, it would get crispy. So now you know that bacon can be canned. You can portion it and freeze it. You can can it. This is, again, not recommended by the FDA because it has such a high grease content and they worry about the density, like being able to get into those rolls and killing all the bacteria. So can at your own risk for this. I know I'm happy to have this on my shelf, and if I could do it, you guys can do it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's. Also good for a weapon to chuck at children.